Hey there, welcome back. I'm glad you're with me today because I'm going to be drawing a very easy rose. And then at the end of my video, you're going to want to check this out because I'm going to be drawing a little bit harder, more difficult and complex rose. So you're going to want to see how both of these turn out. All right, so for the basic rose, I'm going to grab a Sharpie with a marker paper, and starting near the top of my page, we're going to do this little spirally shape, and we'll just do a few spirals. And then as you get up to the top, let's just go and touch the top part of that spiral. Now we'll come down on the left a little bit, and we'll do the same on the right, like that. So this is the central flower piece. Now we're going to create like this heart shape coming from the top of our rose here. So we're going to go over to the left like this. And then we're going to complete that heart like this. Okay, and we'll stop right there. But what we're going to do is we're going to just keep this left one going, and then we're going to come down and back up like that. Okay, you want to be inside of that heart over there. Then on the left side, we'll just come and do the same on the right. Okay, then we're going to add a few petals like this down here, these flower shapes here. We'll do a couple on the left and we'll do a couple on the right. So we'll just do that like this. And then up over here, we're going to do the stem, but we're going to be a little bit wider at the top. So we're going to come like this, going to kind of pinch it in a little bit. And then as you come down, we're just going to draw a line. It doesn't have to be straight, but we'll just draw a line like this all the way down to the bottom of your page. Now we'll add a little flower leaf shape. So we'll come off here with the stem. And then we'll just do a nice little shape like this. And then we'll follow in the center. And then if you want to add a little bit of detail, you can draw just these little lines in the center like that. And if you want to put another one, we can do that. And we'll just do the same thing over here. Maybe this one's a little bit smaller. And we'll go and add those little veiny details here. So there's our basic rose. Now I'm going to quickly use some markers. I got some reds and some greens, and I'm going to color this in. But don't forget, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. This is how I make a living, and I'd really love for you guys to be part of this journey with me. I do videos every day, so if you subscribe, you'll get notified of the videos that's upcoming. All right, guys, so we have our easy rose completed, and I just used some basic red and basic greens to fill this in solid. Let's move on and start our more difficult drawing of a rose. Now I'm going to use a pencil because I want to be able to erase any mistakes that I do. Draw a circular shape really lightly up here, just so I can figure out where my rose is going to be. Now in the center of this, I'm going to start with a curve like this, and then I'm going to do another little shape on the right side here. Just kind of do a little thorny shape like that. I'll extend this piece over, and we'll have like a little bend to it, and then this is going to come down. Now we're going to start kind of branching off of this. Okay, so then we're going to draw a line that follows the shape up and over like this. And then I'm going to come down on the left side and quickly curve this like that. Okay. Now I'm going to come back up here and we're going to curve this one out like that. Okay, then I'm going to draw a line that extends from out over here. We're going to come up and over like this. Okay, so that's going to be one of the other petals in the front. And then I'm going to come back up here and we're going to do a curve that kind of comes out, and it's going to come down and dip down like this. Okay, so it's going to be inside of this line here. And I'm going to come out from that line a little bit, and we're just going to kind of come and kind of get wider and narrower to this line here, and then just come up and let's touch base right about here. Now I'm going to do another petal that kind of comes in points like this, right about there. Okay, and this one will just end like that. Now, before I forget, I'm going to go back in here because there's going to be a little bit more detail. I'm going to do this round shape like that, and then this is just going to come like that. And then I'll follow that line, echo that line, and then we'll hook this over and then come down. And it'll be just like another little crease over there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is from this line here, I'm going to add a little bit more detail to it. So I'm going to add a thickness. So we're going to come down a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of bend this and wrap this up. And then I'm going to have a couple lines that join from here to here. So this line's going to come up, and we're going to pass this edge here. I'm just going to come down and kind of clear that. And then right from here, we're going to extend this down like that. Okay, then we can maybe have a little curve right here. Okay, so we have that in place. Now we'll draw another line all the way from over here. We're going to come and we're going to go over this little point, and then we'll get wider up here, and then we'll come down and just like meet up something like this. Okay, now I'm going to extend this line a little bit. I'm going to put another line here like that, and maybe just adjust this a little bit. So you can kind of see I'm just starting to kind of create these petals that are just growing and expanding off of that center. Now I'm going to come down right about here, and we're going to do a little line like here, and this is going to be kind of like these creases of the rose shape. Just going to do a couple like this, and we'll have one like that. And then what I want to do is from right about here, I'm going to come down and just connect like this. And then on this side, we'll do the same thing. And we're going to kind of go right about over here. So if you start about here, you can kind of come in, and then this will just dive down. And then this will come up and just end like this. And then we'll do another one that comes off of that. And then right about here, we're going to come back down again. And then this is going to be like this little folded piece of the rose up here. So we're going to just kind of make this a little bit, not uniform. We'll kind of go thick and thin, and then we'll come a little tight like that. Okay. So you can kind of see how this is developing now. Now going back up to the top, we're going to do another lip here. So we're going to come up like this, and we'll just dip this down, and then we'll come and kind of have that connect right to there. All right. And then we're going to do another lip on this side. And this is going to come off of here, and we're just going to come up, and we can meet, I would say, back in here like that. And then here there might be a little bit of a lip that sticks out a bit. Okay, now I'm going to do a curved shape like this. It extends, and then I'm going to draw this line all the way up to right about here. So we're going to kind of come up, and I'm going to have a shape that hooks out, and then it's going to bend up and kind of point, and then going to point another one here like that, And then from this point, we're going to go and dive right into about here. So we're going to come back down and meet up like that. And we could put a little crease, and I want this crease almost coming and going to point into that point there. Okay, so I'm going to do another one like this. Okay, and then right here, I'm going to pull this line up like that. And maybe I'll come off of this with a point as well. Okay, let's go back to this side so we kind of keep going and growing out. So we'll do another shape over here. So I'm going to come out from here. I'm going to join almost touching this one, this line right here. And then we're going to stay a little close like this. And then we'll just do, this will all be filled in. We'll do a couple creases like this. And then right about here, we're going to loop this up like so. And this is going to kind of be a little bit wider over here. And then we're going to come back down. And then we'll just join back up like this. I'll add a little bit of a crease like this. And then I'm going to do the last leaf up over here. So this one's going to be pointed similar like that. So we're going to leave a little bit of a gap here. And I'm going to come up. And I'm just going to come and kind of point this out a little bit like that. And then this will continue and be bent up. And then we'll come back down and we'll hit into the shape here like that. Okay, and we'll just put a couple little shapes like this. All right, so I have the top portion of the rose and I'm going to kind of come down with a little bit more. So starting right around this junction here, I'm going to come out a little bit and I'm going to kind of roll this up and then I'm going to roll it back down like that. And we're going to have a shape that curves like this. Okay. And this is actually going to get thicker here. We're going to have like this thick, shadowy shape. And then we're going to come from the portion right here. We come from right around here and we're going to come out and this is going to come down like that. And then we'll have these shapes that come off of this. We'll just do a couple of those curves like that. Okay. So we're liking the way this is looking. And we'll do another shape over here. So coming from right about this point here, we'll curve this down like that. And then we'll go off of this petal, we'll come up, we'll bend it, and then just meet back up over here. And this is going to curve a little like that. And then we'll just have a few more veiny shapes like that coming over there. And then we're going to do a nice shape right here. So we're going to come down from right about here. We're going to come down, kind of point this like that. And then we're going to come up. We'll hook this like that. And then right around here, we're going to loop this and kind of meet up like that. And then right here, we can add a couple little veiny shapes like this. And then these ones will just be curved like that. Get one in the center here, and maybe a couple more curved shapes like this. Okay, and then we'll do one more right here to finish this off. So we're going to come up from here, and we're going to come up back in and point this out like that. Come over, and then this is going to come, and we want to end this in the middle of this curve right here. Okay, so if you want to start and see about meeting up into these two positions, we're going to come up and come down a bit, and then up and over like that. Okay, and then we'll have a few little lines that kind of do this like that. Okay, so there's our flowery portion of the rose. Now what we'll do is we're going to start on the right side because we don't want to do it right in the center. We want to do it just off to the right. And we'll just come down with two curved shapes. And then we'll start adding these little petal forms like this. And then I'm going to continue that spine down in this direction. I'll add another little shape like that. On this side, I'll put one up here. And then you can kind of see I'm going to come down, kind of hook this over a little bit, like a little piece that kind of broke off. And then as I'm going down, I'm getting a little bit thicker with the stem. Okay, so and as I get to about here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to branch this off. So I'm going to have a shape coming over to the left, like this. I'm going to kind of keep this going down because I don't want them to kind of split at the exact same spot. I'm going to come down a bit, and then I'm going to do another one over to the right, like this. I'm just going to hook this down like that. And then as I get over here, I'm going to do this flower. So I'll wait and get another shape back over here. So I'll do a little stem broke off here and kind of keep this going like that. Okay, so there's going to be a flower over here. Now what I'm going to do is do the center part. So I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to kind of curve this like that. All right, so that's going to be the center of my flower. And then I'm going to come off of this right here, and I'm just going to make these shapes like this. And I'm kind of curving towards this point here. I want to end somewhere around there. So I got that, and then I'm just going to come and kind of end like this. All right, and then we'll have a couple little shapes like this. Now I'm going to start over here and come back this way and do a few more shapes like this. And then draw another one. And then this will just come and be somewhat rounded like this. And then we'll have a little piece that comes off and kind of completes. Now this is going to be a little bit off as well down here. We don't have to have these meeting exactly in the same spot. And then I'll add a couple more little shapes like this on both sides. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to add the flower little leaf piece on this side. I'm going to go and draw a little curve like this, and I'll kind of follow that. And as I get up, I'm just going to come close and point. And I'll do the same thing. I'm going to hook this out, and we're going to go over, come back, go over, back, over, back, and then this is going to come and point just like that. And then starting down here, I'll just have this hook out. And we'll do the same on this side. And then we'll add a few little veiny shapes like that. And we'll do that for both sides. Okay, now if you want, you can keep going and making a few more shapes. So I'll do another one down here. And then just follow this spine downward like this. And then right here, we're going to curve this branch and just kind of hook this over like so. And this will just start coming down this direction. Like that. And then we'll do another one up here like this. And we'll just connect back over there, and then we'll have some central spiny shapes like that. They're kind of pointing towards the tip of the leaf like that. We'll do the same on this side. And then I'll just kind of keep this stem going down. I'll put a couple more little thorny shapes right here. And we'll just end this flower down like that. Give it a little bit of a thickness here. All right, so I hope yours looks close to this. The next step for me is to use a black ink marker, and I'm going to kind of marker this in. Now, if you want to just go ahead and use a Sharpie, you can, but if you want to have a little bit more detail, go and use a little bit more of a micro-sized ink pen. So I'm going to outline this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and color in my rose. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video on drawing a really basic and simple, easy rose, all the way to a little bit more complex and difficult rose. So down in the comments, why don't you tell me which one you like the best? All right, until the next one, I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.